You ran for NDP once, and we have recently realized a dream.
1995, yes.
That's right. Now, recently we have an Indian origin Sikh who is basically now who represents a visible minority. A non-white man has
Well, he doesn't represent a visible minority as such. He represents a dramatic path that a very energetic person took with the help of his ethnic community to make new members at a level which is done at the nomination at the local level. He took that and extended it to the national level.
That's true.
And so he represents primarily the using of vote banks to a major degree.
That's true.
And so it is remarkable that he is the leader of the NDP. When I left the NDP in 2006, I wrote a column, I could share it, where I said very clearly that the direction the NDP took in 2006 in building interfaith by bringing religious activism into the party was not social democracy, was not a step forward, was a big step backward. I should not be proud of my ethnicity nor my culture, because that has gotten very little to do as to what I have contributed. I have no contribution in me being of Indian or Punjabi background or being Muslim. I can only be proud of the fact that I write a book, or that I do a painting, or I build a house, and that has disappeared from these politics. Because if I ask anyone what is Jagmeet Singh's policies, you'd find there is none. The guy who lost, on the contrary, was a remarkable man from Northern Ontario. Basically, the party got taken away. I'll give you an example how this works. At every place in the Toronto GTA where you have nomination fight, racial minorities come up. But if it is not a nomination fight and it's independent city councillors or mayors, they are never racial minorities. So what happens is that the voters vote based on party, which is very healthy, and on the riding on this bandwagon of the party are people who win nominations by signing up tons of members, which is great. But those people have not signed up to the party. They've signed up to the particular ethno-religious candidate. So you have a Tamil candidate who brings in
Tamil votes.
1,000 members. We've seen that in Scarborough. We saw a Pakistani woman whose relatives are in the Pakistan military win a nomination where somebody else was doing it. We saw one in Mississauga where a big amount of money changed hands for one candidate who had signed up, and he withdrew and handed it over to another, and that candidate won. Anytime policy is not the basis of elections, it's a sad day. If ethnicity is the basis of how one gets to that level where you can win, that too is a very sad day. People, and in case of Jagmeet, had he simply, for example, said from his social policy, etc., I agree with some of the things he said. He's quite a smart guy.
Very smart.
Very smart guy.
Very suave.
But he should say
educated,
that right up to his non-political years, he was Jimmy Dhaliwal.
Yeah.
And for political reasons, he became Jagmeet Singh. You know, we need to call a spade a spade.
That's true.
Yeah, there are a lot of Joes and Moes that go around selling real estate, and then when they have to run for election, a lot of them run for election primarily to get known in the community. They get back to their, the Chaudhry or whoever they are. In this case, his policies about
immigration.
About primarily the economic policies. I agree with them, and there is a streak of brilliance in that which I'd admire. But I just hope he could have said that the Air India bomber
That was my next question.
As a bomber.
He has never
When he,
visited.
no, he said that I don't know who brought down Air India.
And probably that's the reason he has never visited the.
Well, I've been told that his office
It's close by.
is close by to the Air India Victims Memorial, and he has not been there. I might be wrong, but that's a question that's open. And mind you, why journalists will not ask this question? This question would never have come had it not been for Terry Malevsky, because Terry knows this file. And everybody's talking about Terry being the white. Terry is not white. Terry has an Egyptian background, but that's a different story.
Well,